Hey, what's up all you huntsmen and huntswomen out there? I'm Duuz-Diz-Din. This video is late and I have a day job, so whatever. But we begin Rwby, episode 11 of season 6, titled The Lady in the Shoe, as we have our team facing down with Cordova in her giant mecha, because we are slowly turning this series into Gundam. Cordova goes in, she's on the warpath, she's blasting all around. Weiss comes in with some protection dust, with ice wall and earth, looking like Avatar The Last Airbender here. John gets a plan ready where they'll break off because Cordova can only focus on so many people at once, and everyone else will go in and take her down. Oof. Yes, yawning, essential to all my videos. So as John and his team go off, distracting Cordova, Maria takes Oscar just to get the plane out of harm's way since it's their way of escape. Rwby, flies up in the air with Crow and fires a shot at Cordova, cracking her windshield. Cordova unleashes a barrage of missiles, and we get this cool scene where Rwby just jumps up from missile to missile to missile. Always cool to see in any form of animation. Just something about a character jumping between missiles. It will never not be badass. Never. And Weiss provides some support for Rwby, just creating ice platforms, because Weiss is nothing if not the most versatile character when it comes to support in terms of the team. Nora, meanwhile, fires out rockets from the shoreline, trying to, get Cordova any way possible and kind of provide a distraction. However, Cordova's mech has protection dust, so that kind of hinders their ability. And she starts unloading right on John's team. Crow tries his best in order to just, get some attacks in, but it proves pretty much fruitless. And Weiss tries her best in order to trip up the mech as well, but this only works so well as Cordova sets her sights on Rwby and Weiss. But Weiss, manifests her giant construct, the wasp that's become very handy in recent, episodes. Like, ever since she got this thing, it's just been so handy. And Rwby does her best in order to just get in some attacks, throw Cordova off balance, while John, Nora, and Ren do their best to try and get up on the mech and just, disable it as best they can, with Ren just full-on riding the thing. He manages to find a panel, and with the help of Crow, they manage to take down the shield generator. Nora is now able to get in a few better shots, actually doing some damage. The boss meter, however, does not continue to decrease enough. You could put a freaking health bar right at the bottom of the screen saying Cordova, and it would full on feel like a video game from there. Because that's all this makes me think of, is just a boss fight. However, Cordova has had enough of their shenanigans and takes a swipe at Nora, and Nora is, protected because of John's ability to, provide his aura, and strengthen others' auras. However, the rest of the team end up getting blasted, and Rwby almost ends up falling into the water, but protects herself with, saves herself with crescent rose. But Cordova's there, ready to blast the little red blip off the face of the map, only for Maria to come in to shoot some rockets, only for the mech to literally catch the rockets in its goddamn hand, which I call shenanigans on. That's not how that should work, but it's cool nonetheless, and she tosses it right back at Cordova's plane, sending it plummeting down. Meanwhile, we pick up with the main event because, let's be real. This whole fight here, Adam Torres versus Blake Belladonna, that's the meat and potatoes of this entire, little event here. Nobody expected Adam to just pop the fuck up, but here he is ready to throw down. And honestly, the best animation in its entire season. Well, they know where to put the budget, with Neo versus Cinder and all that good stuff. But Adam versus Blake, so well animated, so well done. The choreography, the attacks, we're finally getting to see some of that real, my weapon is also a gun, fighting style come into play a lot more here. It could still be implemented a bit more, but this is still some good shit. Good shit. As, Adam's just too overwhelming. He's just too overwhelming. That's the thing. Adam is on full tilt no matter what. This guy is a literal beast. And that's not just the Beauty and the Beast illusion. It just, and he even breaks Blake's blade. Too much bees in that sentence, goddamn alliteration, but it's such a phenomenal fight, so much tension, and we finally get to see what's under his mask, and it looks like he was branded with the Sneed Dust Company logo on his eye, which, makes me wonder what that's all about. When did that happen? I need a little backstory and context for that scar, because that is wicked. No wonder he has anger issues. You don't get branded like that and don't, walk away a completely fine person. But his blaming of Blake and all of this, it's just like, nah, dude, it's because you keep doing evil, selfish things. And he continues to try to blame Blake for her selfish actions, which is a load of bullshit. But he is intercepted by Bumblebee full on just flying into him. And unfortunately, Bumblebee goes flying into the stream below, which, sadness. Complete and utter sadness. But in comes Yang to protect her waifu, but Adam comes in with his, after image technique, which is just so cool. It's so damn cool, but he's such a prick. That's the thing about Adam. He's so cool, but he's such a dick. He is literally the Sasuke of this series. Awesome techniques and abilities, a cool design, just badass swordplay, but his personality and motivations are garbage. They do a good job of making me hate this guy, but I love his design and his abilities, especially when we come to find out, which was never really a secret, even from his very first appearance. It was pretty obvious that was the case. This was the case, but you never really quite had it spelled out for you, that he kind of absorbs blows and he's able to just send them back out in a very intense strike. Which Blake pretty much explains as Adam just unloads a blast onto Yang. But Yang manages to block with her robotic arm, no less. And she, kind of shaken, she kind of tells Adam, just, dude, stop. We can just end this right here. Just be done. Leave us alone. It's fairly obvious, though, even to Adam, that Yang's still a little shaken by his presence, but she's willing to come in and protect her friend. But Adam just mocks this. Just the dick that he is. He mocks their convictions, their willingness to protect each other, saying that, I've managed to get both of you before. You're not going to be able to protect each other from me. But in order to fuel all the shipping, Blake says that they will protect each other. It won't be her protecting Yang or Yang protecting her. They will stand together. and do what they can in order to protect each other. Which, is a very nice moment. Not only does it fuel all the shipping, but it also just shows how far these characters have come, knowing that, Yang doesn't want to be protected. She wants to stand together with her friends as an equal. The last thing that Yang wants to feel is less than. Never less than. And Blake is finally kind of solidifying that need that Yang has wanted for a great course of when she lost her arm. And Blake is finally ready to just stand up to this monster, honestly, that just doesn't know how to take a hint. Adam Torres is such an unfortunate character, just in the fact that he's so cool, and yet at the same time he is such a baby. And nothing really highlights that more than his, character episode titled Adam that we saw, a few seasons ago, where it just highlighted the fact that, Adam, for the most part, is just so misguided in everything that he does. At first, it was all about the cause, helping others, taking what is rightfully theirs as an entire people. But over time, he just lost sight of things, became angry and embittered and just ruthless in everything that he did. And when things didn't go his way, he took more and more drastic measures. And I think the thing that mostly solidified his, just terrible nature. I mean, cutting off Yang's arm was one thing, which is saying a lot, because it's just like, he cut off fucking Yang's arm. Like, what the hell, dude? And there's that he stabbed Blake, which you can still see the scar to. But it was when he killed Khan, who was the leader of the White Fang, in order to usurp her role. It's just like, see, before that, I was willing to believe that he was, at least to a certain degree, following in his own beliefs, following in his own cause, doing what he thought would benefit the Faunus as a whole. But after he killed her, it's just like, dude, no. When he assumed command and, was even willing to send out word alive that of how Khan died, it's just like, no, you are officially completely lost. Because, he had no attachment to Yang. He did it to hurt Blake, but, that just showed a petty side to it. The selfishness comes from when he officially said, I'll get what's mine. It stopped being about the Faunus. It had officially stopped being about the Faunus. There was no pretense. It was all about him, his pettiness, his selfishness, his self-centered need to hurt those who he felt hurt him. And it had grown and festered to such a degree that it's just like, yeah, no, you've deserved every failure that's come your way, because if this is what you become with power, then you never deserve to have power to begin with. And it's such a shame, because it's a loss of an awesome design and an awesome abilities. But we've seen a lot of that going around, especially in this season. And considering how I've already kind of been spoiled for the next episode, it's just like, Adam Torres, you are an unfortunate character, my friend. But that's enough of my little rant. What did you think about this episode? How did you feel about the boss fight with Cordova going on there? Or did you prefer this fight with Adam, Blake, and Yang? Do you feel like it was long overdue for them to have a proper showdown? Or do you not much care for this one? Do you feel that Adam has, just kind of degraded in your eyes? Honestly, they've made no qualms about showing just how much of an overall bastard Adam is, and he's done a good job of portraying that, in my opinion. But if you liked what I had to say here, leave me a like. If you did like what I had to say, hate my nasally voice, my constant yawning, my snorting because I have allergies, or any of that good stuff, feel free to leave me a dislike. It's all good. And hey, how about subscribing for more episode reviews of Rwby? I promise to do it eventually. Bye-bye.